So, if you somehow see this, this is coming from a man, not a boy, a man, a grown man who takes everything into account and judges accordingly. I am not biased to one side or another. Get help.
Absolutely.
Keep your hands and whatever demon that has possessed you away from my mother. Don't you dare slander my stepfather, whom I have come to trust over the past 4 to 5 years. And if you dare try to step foot on this premises that I right now call a home, and try to burrow into our lives again, and try to pull the same shit you did yesterday on the holy day where the Lord rested and blessed the Sabbath day and followed it, you are going to be reported on to the authorities. Something that I normally consider the last resort, this is a last resort. You took advantage of an innocent heart and want to exploit it for all it's worth. May God forgive you and may God forgive you and find some way to curse the demon that has taken you. It is not in my hands to judge, but from one man to another, what you've done is criminal, and you deserve rehabilitation.
So how are you and your stepdad? Are you guys okay?
Yes. So both of us, we're like friends and family. I'm there for him.
So I know you can't say too much about your mom, but what you can say, is she doing okay?
Yes. She's getting the help. She's getting the help she needs, and once she leaves the hospital, she'll be even better than she was going in. All of this happening and now will soon be in the past.
Yes.
And what is in the past, we keep it there and we don't let us drag us.
You're very intelligent, man.
Thank you.
Very intelligent. And you are over the age of 21, correct?
No, I'm still 20.
20, my fault. I didn't even say over.
Most or all of autistic children are highly intelligent. I have a grandson that's 3. He's so autistic. He is so intelligent that he just cannot. My daughter is trying to figure out how to deal with him because he took his head and crashed the windshield. You know the windshield and the windshield. She said he just accidentally took his head and crashed, and she sure took crack in it. I don't know what up with these babies with these hard heads, but he's highly intelligent. But he's 3, and he's unable to to express himself in a normal world. This young man has grown up, and hey, you see my grandson? He's cute. He's cute just like he is. Very cute, very lovable. But let's move on.
Sorry. 21, you are born this year.
Yes, I will. Correct.
So I just wanted to let the viewers know because you have a young voice, so I don't want them to think that I was on the phone with a minor. I would never do that. So yeah, but you are a very intelligent intelligent young man. I wanted to say, so last weekend when you went and got baptized, you were with your mother, correct?
Yes, I was with my mother, I was with my stepdad, I was with my grandmother.
Mm-hmm. So when you got baptized, how was your mom's mood? How was she?
She was more than happy to know that I was going through with this and of my own volition too. And after I went into the water, once I went in, she didn't just see me coming out of the water. She saw my brother too.
Aww.
And I know how I felt while I was going in that water and coming out. And I think I can believe that my bro was there with me as I was going inside. I know that my brother was forced to go down quite a dark path, and unfortunately his life ended more early before he can do any brilliance. But I know that deep down he was a good guy trying to make his name in this world and be remembered for it.
Well, with amazing people like you will always keep his memory alive, just like your mother and your stepfather and the rest of your family. So just like he was so much loved, you are too. And again, you're very brave for coming forward. And again, you wanted to come and speak to me yourself. I would never, like you said earlier, invade you. I would never involve you in anything that I feel that you have nothing to do with. You wanted to speak at your own request, correct?
That is indeed correct.
I just wanted to clarify that for the people. So with you getting baptized and with your mom and you guys are having this amazing moment, when exactly did Solar come into your life?
He came into my life roughly, I'm trying to point down a specific time, but maybe around 1:50 or 2 o'clock in the morning of Saturday, yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time I've ever been known to his existence.
Wow.
So with him calling you your mom family and calling you family and saying that he loves your mother, did he ever say anything like that to you?
Oh, I'm pretty sure I think he might have been saying those things. I think he might have been saying those things lightly to me, perhaps. I'm trying to remember, but I don't exactly have that much of a memory to fully remember our conversation because we were just kind of splurting on some stuff, on some of the stuff that I had ideas for.
Yeah.
But I think he might have done that to try to do that with me, but that didn't affect me all that much.
Yeah. So with him coming in saying certain things like that to you, do you feel like he was trying to replace your stepfather?
Knowing this, I have a very high feeling that he was trying to. I mean, remember some of the stuff that I said, and some of the stuff that he's been saying online.
Yeah.
He's been trying to pin he's been trying to pin some of his wrongdoings onto Gerald. And for clarification, that's something I know one of the big villains of a video game called Persona 5 had in its narrative. And it's a work of fiction.
Yes.
Anything that happens in fiction that is reflected into reality is horribly wrong. Especially if such a thing is morally reprehensible.
Wow. So you never had any conversation with him about your stepfather doing anything to your mom or,
No.
Okay.
He never had that conversation with me.
Okay.
Most likely trying to hide it from me.
Yeah. Absolutely. So with him, like you said, invading your mother. Were you surprised when you heard that there was a situation?
I I was I was kind of I was a little bit surprised, but not surprised in like, wait, he actually did that? I was surprised in, wait, so this thing, because I always had the feeling that there were demons around who were trying to separate us as a family and take us down one by one.
Mm-hmm.
But to know that it actually happened, it was more of a, oh, so it actually was happening in real time.
Yeah.
And after being baptized and the whole debacle that happened at 5 o'clock when the police had come to this apartment, I'm not doubting the spiritual. Anything of that many abnormal occurrences that regular logic cannot hope to pin down in any form of explanation, it's a spiritual thing to me.
So, with him being around and this chaos and confusion and stuff that he is bringing to the table, is there at any point to where you felt afraid?
I felt worried at one point about all of this. And that's because I felt like with how things were escalating at the time before I learned about all of this, I was worried that things would escalate and that I'd be forced into a position where I was being bullied by someone again, even though I'm an adult.
Absolutely. So he brought about triggers that you've had in the past with bullying?
Yes.
That definitely makes a lot of sense. So when you and your stepfather separated from the Solar situation to where he was gone with your mom and you were at home with your stepfather, when the police came in over there, who do you think sent them?
To me, I think the person who, let's see, to me, I think I heard it like through live. I think Solar was the one who I don't want to say this is confirmed because this is just speculation at this point, but I think my mom was the one who my mom was definitely the one who called the police. But I think it might have been brought about through Solar's coercion.
Okay. So, when all is said and done, you are good, you are safe, and you are with your stepfather, correct?
Yes.
So, yeah, is there any closing remarks that you have? I appreciate you so much for reaching out to me and wanting to come on the show and speak out for your mom. I think that that's great, and I think that she would appreciate the people knowing that you are in full support of her.
Indeed. I guess I can give this closing remark. I thank you, everyone who's listening to me talk and willing to give the open word. And if you can, please spread what I've said out. This is something because there are many speculative rumors that have been going around here and there, thinking about what's going on with mom or what's been happening over the time. But those people are going off of conclusions that they have made and running with it. That's not the right way to approach this. Much like those articles that tried to claim that Subway's tuna isn't tuna or fish, the truth is a lot more nuanced than what your conclusions are, And to run with it is going to perpetuate false narratives that are going to end up confusing more people than actually having the truth flow out. Spread what I say to other people.
Absolutely.
And let them find out the truth for themselves.
Exactly.
Don't just go with conclusions made by other people. Find the truth for yourself.
That's me. I never go by nobody's conclusion. Since it was Solar, even though when I watched Casino, and he don't know because he hasn't been watching. I've been following Jaguar for a year. And even though I didn't realize Solar was there, when everything went down and I saw Choke No Choke and another person and all the different ones talking about getting all the videos I can see, I intuitively understood that Solar was the issue. Especially when I heard her husband speaks about how it actually went down. And now her autistic son is speaking about how it actually went down. And you can tell by what he said, he's coming from a spiritual, intuitive perspective, which is where a lot of autistic children are, which is where I see it, I understand it. But once I get confirmation to it, then okay, yes, and I was sitting here waiting for him to say it. He said, so. Here's what I said last night. And they said that he was rubbing on her face and he was chanting some words to her. I understood that. That was, she was in that car. He was saying, he's trying to say these positive things, but to me, I know a chant when I hear them. I knew it wasn't good. So, but he wants everybody to get this out. So I'm going to be one that will have to get this out for people, because he wants people to see. And stuff that's going on about his mama, it's not true.
And put it out there. I believe and I'm willing to believe in people willing to do the right thing in these times that seem absolutely hectic across the mainstream. And I guess dang it, I'm so selfless. I'm so selfless I can't even do a shameless plug.
Oh wow. I'm so impressed by you.
Yeah, as a guess. And as of the moment, don't exactly have actually, you know what? No, I'm not gonna go through with it.
It's okay. It's just fine. Well, again, I want to thank you for coming onto my platform and sticking up for your mom. You are an amazing soul. You're very special, and your mother.
If you want to hear the rest of this and hear the first part of this, you can go to David Soul Way Show, and you can hear the first part of what he's speaking about concerning his mother. And he wants everybody to know the first cousin he never ever met before in his life came in 2 o'clock that morning and got close to his mom. And he sensed and knew something wasn't right. But as I guess a lot of autistic children are, a lot of people are, you know something ain't right, so you got to wait it out. Me, I've been watching Jaguar for a year now. And as I said in my other video, this thing with Nosy Hope, befriending Jaguar and setting her up and come out against the husband because the husband got her back. So I guess because you know in the video where Gerald, her husband, said, and they mentioned something about the marriage, he said, well, married, I'm done. His son spoke to his stepdad, he says, and I guess he helped his stepdad to understand this is what happened to mom. He told Sam what went down, because what went down with the situation. And he said as his stepdad helped him to understand how soul law come into the situation. And now based on what he understands from his intuitive perspective is what I also understand, what I also saw. This is what happened. So now I'm pretty sure Gerald understands. Now he's out here as a young one, helping the all social media to understand what is going on. And people do these things. People do these things to people, come in with that and whatever. Like they say, Jag went through a lot. She's going through a lot. And this person just come in and just try to do this to her. But he met up against the wrong person. Gerald wasn't about to go down, so Gerald jumped on him and beat him up. Or tried to. Sam coming in and letting him know I'm a grown man now. And what you trying to do is H to the no. So that's it for this video. If you want to, like I said, you can go back and listen to the Sean David show and hear the first part of it. And I'll see you next time. So thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time from a different perspective. Bye.